You know this phrase of the elevator pitch? If you had to sum up what your project is about, maybe you could talk about some of its influences. Maybe you could talk about what you want to say with it. But I think that one of the things that students fail the most at when we're trying to get to their sound or something that they really want to make is that they don't have a defined sound. I think this happens because right now we have way too many options. We have all of the virtual instruments that we want. We have guitars, we have physical instruments like guitars, basses, vocals, keyboards, drums. Like we have so many things to pick from. And maybe that's one of the things that's stopping you from getting your own music sound, your own project music sound. If you could reduce the amount of instruments that you have to make your own project and to make your own songs, you should be able to. For example, my personality has a lot to do with sampling, has a lot to do with synths, especially the Sorge synth. I really like getting to know an instrument because that's the same idea that happens when you have a physical instrument. You learn a guitar and then you start learning how it interacts with other parts of what makes the guitar sound. For example, certain pedal, certain amp, and you start messing around with the tone of it. With synths, you could do the same thing. You can start learning one single synth and learn how to do a whole production around that synth being the main sound of your project. Or for example, in the 80s or the 90s, maybe you had only one drum machine and you built your sound all around the 909 or the 808, and that's your sound. Let's talk a little bit about how you can start pushing your project into one direction so people really know what to expect when they listen to you, and you're not only pursuing what's the trend because you have to be on top of the trend. You're trying to develop your own voice. Straight from Mexico City, my name is Juanchis, and let's talk about some suggestions on how to define your own music sound. For example, in this Reaper project, I have a couple of instruments in. As you have already seen in a couple of my videos, I often use the XO drums by Excellent Audio as my main drum. So in this Reaper project, I have the XO by Excellent Audio for drums because this is my main plugin for making drums most of the times. I have enough samples, I have enough sound design available still, and on another video, I already show you how to make a track template where I am already bouncing down this plugin into several channels, and each one of them have their own console sound to it. I'm using the Toucan plugins for this because I have 1, 2, 3 different desks, and each one of them has different ways of doing EQ or compression. That helps me get a sound closer to what I would be doing if I had an actual physical big studio where I could record actually drums. And once I start figuring out more or less those kind of things, I can start fiddling around with this. Because this is like studio prep time, like I can start making my own drum sound from this. And it doesn't have to be a template where you open it and it's always the same. Because if I change this drum sound, it's going to sound really different. And maybe I like most of the drum sounds and I only want to change one of them, so I only have to pick one new drum sound. But I know that my main drums instrument is the XO by Excellent Audio. That's my main drum instrument, and I like the samples that it has, and I like how versatile and flexible it is. On the other hand, I use a lot of Arturia plugins, and I'm looking for these watery, retro, with a lot of movement kind of sound patches. So I always have a CMI inserted inside my own session. And even though I could go into the library and start searching for certain presets, I'm already doing the work of saving the presets that I like the most, and I can start tweaking them and making them my own. Because spending the time to make them their own helps you beat ideas so much faster. In this case, I'm using the spectral synth. I'm not even using the sampling part of it. And that really complements with the way my drums are working. And maybe for composing for my new album, I'm hoping to find a way to integrate this physical modeling plugin because it's a whole new instrument, it's a whole new way of playing. and it has this really interesting sound for me. It has a really nice editor where I can really get into the more about how the resonator works and how the exciter works, and I can do a lot of synthesis in it, and I like the depth that it brings to sound design. The instrument by itself, it already proposes some sort of things, and I like using this for plucky sounds, for percussive sounds that have tons of harmonic information to them. I can keep narrowing down the idea of what I want to try as a sound. I told you I'm using the Sorge XT. It's a completely free plugin that is amazing, and you have so many ways to do synthesis with it. You can do classic, modern, wavetable, FM. You can even use it as an audio input. I can make a full video just on that because it's so much fun. I usually use my Summit synth here on my left for audio processing, but sometimes I do some fun tricks with the audio input in this one. But honestly, with those maybe 3-4 instruments, I can make my own project, because it's the same idea that you have a band and each band member has their own instrument. Sometimes I do feel that when people say I'm using synths and they're using something like Contact by Native Instruments, which is a great library, you have way too many instruments. You have way too many things to pick from. And probably the paradox of choice right there is that you will be paralyzed because you have way too many options and you end up using the same 4 or 5 plugins and the 4 or 5 libraries. And this brings us back to the same idea that I'm saying. Whenever I open up a track template that I'm using this for composing as a first draft idea, maybe I draw the bass line first, and then I can start thinking about harmony. And that instantly brings me to some sort of rhythm section. And it's so much faster to look for a group of samples that fit what I'm doing using something like this. And when you have spent enough time fiddling with your plugins, you will start understanding how the deep layers of great design plugins let you fool around with the accent of drums instead of it being just like a drum loop, where all of the drums are hitting in one single velocity. You can start making some combined beats where you're doing this or that. You can start using more creatively the effects built in. You can even start taking advantage of the swing of programmed drums. So you have something that's really on the grid, like the kick and the snare, and you let the hi-hat and the percussions really swing around it. Or maybe you want to have the hi-hat and the snare really on the grid and you make the rest swing, and you get the idea. Because if you make everything swing, then nothing is swinging. If you make everything on the grid, then nothing is swinging and it's boring. How would you define your project? How many instruments do you need, and which instruments do you need? Do you need a guitar, a bass guitar, 2 keyboard players, and maybe one is using like an electric keyboard and one is doing leads with some sort of synth sounds, and maybe you just want to pick like a Jupiter sound to it? There are projects that have been built around complete synth sounds, but they have like a massive synth library, and they have managed to still make one of those synths really stand out on most of their productions. The same way that many beat makers kept using RC20 on most of their beats, and this was part of a sound and part of their project. So which is your sound? This video is specifically on why you should start making like your own instruments to really draw ideas from. If you do a lot of sampling for your music, then you should have a sampler that you already like. So for whatever reason, the audio stopped recording, but that was the subject that I wanted to present to you today. If you like this kind of videos, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and all of those things that people on YouTube say. And straight from Mexico City, my name is Juanchis, and thanks for listening.